continue. Good? We said the hell with it. We traveling to be with our family. Good? As long as the National Guard is not on the damn border of Nevada and California, we here. Good? Hallelujah. All right, so we're going to get into the prayer. We're going to try not to, shalom. We're going to try not to move too fast, but, you know, in a timely manner, we are getting a late start. All right, but we're going to make it do what it do in righteousness, okay? All right, so let's give all thanks, praise, honor, and glory to the Most High. And thank you for letting us see another year. And it's been a hell of a year so far. 2020, boy, that's a incredible year of prophecy that we coming into, okay? And as you see the world, they had a soap opera like that years ago, As the World Turns. All right, as you see the world turning, you know, it's getting serious. Okay? So let's give thanks, praise, honor, and glory to the Most High that we are alive. We was able to make it see it another year. And, you know, there's a lot of prophecy going on. Edomites jumping out of the window. People are going into depression. You know, things are happening in the earth. You know, so let's give thanks, praise, honor, and glory to the Most High that we made it to see another year, and hopefully going into this year, as more prophecy happens, he continues to protect the 1/3 of Israel. Okay? Mike Allen. You're fired. I knew I should have brought mine. Good. Stand and face Jerusalem or the east. All right, we're going to do the opening prayer. Just the Lord's Prayer for the sake of time, and we'll do some of the other prayers on the closing. All right, Lord's Prayer, Matthew 6, 9 through 13, and a prayer for the new moon, new year. Hallelujah.
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 Everybody repeat after me. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shemayim.
Kadash. Kadash. Aya. Shankar.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Makwavka. Abaa.
Abaa. Aratazah.
Aya.
Aya.
Aisha.
Asha.
Aratazah.
Aratazah.
Kawa.
Aya.
Ashamayim.
Ashamayim. Adonaya. Alam. Ko. Yawam.
Masalaknawa.
Asalaknawa.
Kabawafinawa.
Kabawafinawa.
Masalaknawa.
Kakafaknawa.
Kabawafinawa.
Kabawafinawa.
Walaa.
Aya.
Abiyaynawa.
Abiyaynawa.
Wanasayawan.
Anasayawan.
Abo.
Abo.
Abishaynawa.
Ashana. Aram. Ra. Kaya. Aka.
Amalakwaf.
Alwakwa.
Ala.
Alala.
Ataparaf.
Aparaf.
Laiwalamyang.
Ayamyamyam. Amen.
Hallelujah.
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 Our Father Yahweh, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. By Hashem Mashiach Yahushua, the one our might. Hallelujah.
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 Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hashem.
Hashem.
Mashiach.
Mashiach.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Kushah.
Yahushua.
Barak.
Barak.
Nawa.
Nawa.
Kadash.
Kadash.
Yorak.
Yorak.
Wa.
Wa.
Kadash.
Kadash.
Shana.
Shana.
Wa.
Wa.
Barak.
Barak.
Nawa.
Nawa.
Kadash.
Kadash.
Shana.
Shana.
Kushah.
Babakusha.
Barak.
Barak.
Nawa.
Nawa.
Abayah.
Abayah.
Hashem.
Hashem.
Mashiach.
Mashiach.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
The water.
The water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agulam.
Alam. Amen.
Hallelujah.
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 Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Blessed the Most High Yahweh, by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. Thank you for letting us see a new moon, Lord. The first month of our Hebrew year. Thank you for letting us see a new year. Lord, as we see all prophecy and your wonderful works being done on the earth, we ask you to bless us, protect us, watch over us. Let us get stronger as we go into this new year. Let us be more blessed. Let us be more uplifted in your spirit. And let us uplift your son as we teach this gospel and do it to the end. Keep these commandments. Give us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to make it. Give us the things that we need and the things that we want, if it be thy will. But bless us, Lord, and protect us, and put your holy righteous angels over us as you destroy this kingdom and prepare Israel for our kingdom to come. Ba'ashem, Mashiach,
Yahawashah, the water, Yah, Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Don't go all the way on it, just on the tip. Hallelujah. All right, he did it. Come Yashala. All right, Shalom Yashala. All right, Yahabashim Yashabakathum to the brothers. Yahabashim Yashashamar to the sisters. Shalom. All right, so all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashim Mashiach Yahushai. Happy New Year according to our Hebrew calendar and year. And we just want to give thanks, praise, honor, and glory. All right, to the Most High for letting us see another year. All right. Wow, brother from New York is texting me as we start. And I know you are guided by the Most High. Good brother, be safe. This is the real as I have ever seen it in my lifetime. These prophecies are happening, man. Okay? So tonight we're just going to go over the new year / new moon. We got a short series of scriptures here. I want to go a little bit in depth into a few things, but for the sake of time, we'll just touch on a few things to show y'all this is our new year and we can prove it according to scripture. Okay? And common sense and history. Alright? And Esau backs all this stuff up in the information and the different so-called biblical scholars. They back all this stuff up. Okay? Alright, so first and foremost I'm going to start with, let's go to 1 Corinthians 4 and 20. I want to start with that. Alright, let's go to 1 Corinthians, the 4th chapter and the 20th verse. Why? Because I want to show everything the Most High said in His Bible is coming to pass. Okay? You see it before your eyes. You brothers and sisters are living in a beautiful time. You are living in a time of major prophecy and the time where we're about to be delivered as a nation of people. Okay? So this is a beautiful time. Israel, we're going to have bumps. We're going to have bruises. We're going to have cancers. We're going to have hatred. We're going to have malice, envy. That's just part of the curses. That's going to be until Yahweh shall come back. You can see that already. Certain people, all this prophecy going on, their focus is still on hating their own people. All right, being envious of their own people, plotting against their own people, scheming against their own people, being a cancer to their own people, hating their own people. So those curses are going to be on Israel till we get out of here. All right, but we still living in a beautiful time of prophecy. Okay? So be happy that you're alive and well, and the Most High is showing you His mighty hand of judgment, and that when you read them scriptures, they come to life. All right? This has got nothing to do with a man. The Most High is showing you His power in the earth. Okay? All right, so take this serious. You know, you've been called to return and come back to your true identity and nationality, and take it as a blessing from the Most High. All right? Because not many are called. All right, many are called, but few are chosen. Not many are chosen, Salakia. Many are called, but few are chosen. So thank the Most High that He thought enough of you to make you a spirit that He wanted to bring into the fold. All right, so always be mindful of that and focus on that. There's a lot of negativity, murmuring, conversation. I hear a little bit of everything you know, but I ignore it. I hear stuff that I don't even want to hear, and I hear a lot of stuff that people think I don't, you know, because that's how the spirit, that's how the angels work sometimes. You know, they carry out the voice when people be talking or whatever. But I pay a little attention to that, and I stay focused on what I got to do for the Most High H.O.I and what's best for building this nation. Okay? So always be mindful of that. So 1 Corinthians 4:20. Read that.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 20.
Salaki, let him read it up here.
Okay.
All right, so you can get it, so we can get it nice and clear. 1 Corinthians 4:20.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 20.
Go ahead.
For the kingdom of God is not in word, but in power.
What the Lord say?
For the kingdom of God is not in word, but in power.
So the Most High said his kingdom is not in word, but in power. So everything we've been reading over the years about prophecy happening, you seeing it now. A man shall desire to go into a city and not be able. The full storehouses shall be empty. All right, plagues and disease, fear coming on men. Nations and countries shutting down. All right, now the Most High is showing his word through power, through action. In other words, the Most High is saying, I'm not just talking in this book. This is not a book of me just talking. This is a book of action. You see me taking action on the earth. And you know why does the Most High do that? To convince us. Okay? The Jews require a sign. Negroes want to see. All right? Let me see what your God going to do. You say that all in the Bible, but what's going to happen? We seeing what's going to happen. The Most High showing us not what's happening. Okay? All right, so read it again. 1 Corinthians 4:20.
1 Corinthians 4 and verse 20.
Go ahead.
For the kingdom of God is not in word.
It's not in word. Go ahead.
But in power.
But it's in power. So the Most High is showing you his power through prophecy. Give me Kadash. Give me 2 Ezra 9 and 1. Give me 2 Ezra the 9th chapter and the 1st verse. So I just wanted to open up with that to show you that prophecy is happening, and this book, you know, it just doesn't say vain things. The Most High is making prophecy happen in the earth. And the people mocking us for being out there on the streets for years and teaching and trying to show them and trying to wake them up, trying to tell them, listen, get yourself prepared. You know, we've been telling them prepare for this day. You know, get ready. Even though you may not have stocked up food, water, whatever, victuals over the years, because what, you know, maybe you just didn't get the opportunity or whatever. You live in day to day. You live in paycheck to paycheck. It's a struggle. But what, the Most High still taking care of you. He's still making sure you eat every day. I haven't heard one person complain in this truth or even in the world. Everybody I talk to, I'm good. Even Israelites in the world. Nah, I'm all right. I got what I need. So the Most High is with us. Okay? He's showing us even in affliction, he got our back. All right, so be mindful of that and thank him for that. And now is the time to praise the Most High even harder. All right, to really show him you thanking him for preserving you through the evil time. And it's going to get worse. You know, we haven't seen nothing yet. This is lightweight. It's going to get worse. All right, so take heed. You know, you want to go back out in that world. There's nothing out there for you. All the major cities shut down. All the wickedness shut down. All the bars, the clubs, all that shut down. Now, it might open back up, but it'll never be the same. All right, because the Most High going to bring this place down from here on in. And he's been bringing it down, like we said. All right, 2 Ezra 9 and 1. Read that.
It's the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1.
Go ahead.
He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
So measure the time. Look at the signs. And measure. Did this line up with what the Most High said he was going to do prophetically? Is it lining up with the prophecy? Is it lining up with us about to get out of here as a nation of people? All right, come on.
And when thou seest part of the signs pass.
Now you see part of the signs pass. You see plague. You see destruction. All right, things shutting down. You see in the part of the signs pass. Right, go ahead.
Which I have told thee before.
Which I what?
Which I have told thee before.
Which the Lord have told us before. Because the kingdom is not in just in word, it's in power. I can show you better than I can tell you. All right, go ahead.
Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
And notice that word begin. Like Christ said, these are the beginning of sorrows. All right, like Ezra said in the 16th chapter, the beginning of sorrows. He said, I will begin to visit the world that I made. I'm going to start bringing judgment upon this world that I made. Good.
Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes.
When you see earthquakes, they had a earthquake like in Utah the other day or something. Right? Places that's not normally, you normally don't see earthquakes. They had an earthquake in Utah. All right, go ahead.
In uproars of people in the world.
In the uproars of the people in the world. That's why certain states, they kind of bring in a National Guard in. Because more likely than not, everything is up to the Most High. All right, we got to wait and see. But they're probably going to start the next phase of this lockdown. All right, the Most High can clear it up today or tomorrow, or he can have them start to launch this next phase of that lockdown. That's why you see all these videos circulating of the National Guard coming in. Turn this Navy ship into a hospital. Turn the Javits Center in New York, these big, large convention centers into hospitals. No, into concentration camps. And like Mike Otter brought out, some of them places, once you check in, you're not checking out. All right, you're not checking out. That's when you're going to get in there. They're going to give you all kinds of vaccines. They're going to inoculate you with all kinds of stuff. And 9 times out of 10, you're not coming out. Those are real quarantine facilities that you probably never going to make it out of. All right, go ahead.
Verse 4. Then shalt thou well understand.
Then you're going to well understand. Go ahead.
That the Most High spake of those things.
That the Lord spoke about these things. Go ahead.
From the days that were before thee.
This was all prophecy. It was all prophesied. All right, come on.
Even from the beginning.
Go ahead.
For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end.
The Lord said all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end. Go ahead.
And the end is manifest.
And the what?
And the end is manifest.
Right, see that? Manifest means to bring to light. The end of this kingdom is being brought to light. You're seeing it before your eyes. Everybody understand? All right, so go from there to Daniel. Go to Daniel 7:25. So let's get into the new moon, new year a little bit to show you that, our new year starts in the spring season. It starts, when the Most High opens up, the weather, it gets a little warm. The weather starts breaking, as they would say. All right, you can take the coats off and the hats and it can start getting a little warm. Mating season, the animals come out of hibernation. The flowers and the crops start growing. All right, because that's our new year. And it makes perfect sense because it's a replenishing of the earth. It makes perfect sense. Esau's new year is in the dead of winter. Everything is in the dead season. Even though we're alive, that's the dead season because everything is cold. All right, so our new year is what? The springtime. And as you can see, certain places, like I said, it's kind of chilly out here in damn Vegas, but you know what I'm saying? But the weather will eventually start to break and you'll see that warmer weather coming in. All right, so that's when our true new year is. Read that, Daniel 7:25.
It's the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 25.
Go ahead.
And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
Go ahead.
And shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
He is talking about Esau. Go ahead.
And he shall think to change times and laws.
Right, he would think to change times and laws. So they changed the new year to January 1st. When our new year is what? Late March, early April, around the vernal or spring equinox. Right, go ahead.
And they shall be given into his hand.
Give me Exodus 12.
Until a time and times and the dividing of time.
And we will be given into Esau's hands for a time, 100-year period, times a 200-year period, and a dividing of time. All right, a 50-year period, which is around 1620 to 1970. You roughly estimate when the bulk of the slaves came here until the truth came out. All right, that's a certain dispensation of time that the Most High had us in captivity where he would start to wake us up. Because around the late 60s, early 70s is the time frame when Israel really started to wake up. Brothers start really going out in the street and teaching. We had brothers teaching us before that, but prior to that, it wasn't exploded out of the, what really brought Israel, and everybody talking about the camps, but what really brought Israel to where we're a household word is the street teaching. You can deny it if you want, but that's what put Israel worldwide. I don't care if it's a YouTube video or you've seen brothers live. What you saw brothers preaching on the street. Because the Most High said, wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. It's just the technology took it further. But even most people, People that hate camps and hate street teaching now, they'll admit that they first woke up to being an Israelite by watching brothers teach on the street on a video. They won't admit that, you know what I'm saying? They won't be that evil. They won't admit it, but I don't follow that no more. You know, it's because now they come and they start studying, they think they get a better understanding. They think that there's some other kind of way to serve the Most High, and that's fine. But that's what happened. The truth exploded around that time because it came on a street level where it was grassroots. It was reaching right to the people. So that's how it exploded. And then when the technology came, it really got out there. All right, so you can say what you want. That's just the method that the Most High used. You can say what you want, but that's how he did it. All right, read on.
Verse 26. But the judgment shall sit.
Salaki, read the last part of 25 again. He shall think.
And he shall think to change times.
It said Esau would think to change times. Go ahead.
And laws.
But the Most High would give us the knowledge to come back to the true times and laws. So what he would think to do, the Most High would put it in our mind to know the truth. That's why I say he would think to change times and laws. All right, go ahead.
And it's lucky. And they shall be given into his hand until a time and time.
And we're given into Esau's hand. He rules over us. You might not like it, but it's the truth. All right, go ahead.
And the dividing.
You go out there and tell everybody there's a coronavirus, stay in a house, the streets are empty. That's how much power this man got. You might not even seen, most of these people never even seen a person with coronavirus. But you listen. All right, I was in I was in Long Beach the other day, and the people were about to get in a fight because the guy was like, "You gotta be 6 feet away from me." They said 6 feet. And the woman was like, "I don't have no coronavirus, I'm fine. I don't care, 6 feet away from me." He looked like he was ready to beat the woman up. You know what I'm saying? But she's like, she's like, all right, I'll get away from you. Because why? Media. All right? Media influence. Esau's media influence. And that's his power he got over this world. All right, go ahead.
Verse 26.
Oh, that's it on that. Go to Exodus 12. 1 and 2. We're going to show y'all a real basic and simple way to prove that the new year is in the springtime. Around late March, early April. All right, Exodus chapter 12, verses 1 and 2. So 2 weeks from tonight, we'll be celebrating the Lord's Passover, which will be on Monday, April 6, 2020 at even, exactly 2 weeks from tonight. And most brothers and sisters in different states, whatever, you may not be able to get together and gather, but do the best you can. If you can gather, gather. But if you can't, just keep the Passover at home. We'll have an instructional video on showing you what to do. And, you celebrate the Passover at home. The first Passover we had as a nation come out of Egypt was kept in our homes. All right, so, in these last days, sometimes we're going to be able to gather. Sometimes we're not. Me and the brothers we came from LA, we just took a gamble. We were like, let's go to Vegas and bring in the new year with the Akim and the brothers and sisters. Like, if the road's not closed, we going. You know what I'm saying? We drove here, remember the GPS was like, welcome to Nevada.
Yeah, I said, welcome
I said, I ain't see no National Guard or nothing with no ARs. Hey, you guys got to go back. You know what I'm saying? I said, all right, I guess we in Nevada. We got about 20 more minutes. We at the brother's house. All right, okay? All right, so Exodus 12, 1 and 2.
This is the book of Exodus chapter 12, verse 1.
Go ahead.
And Yahweh spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months.
The what?
The beginning of months.
It shall be unto you the beginning of months, or the true new year. Go ahead.
It shall be the first month of the year to you.
Go ahead.
Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel.
What verse is that? That's 3. All right, jump over to 13 and 3 now. You read 12, 1 and 2. Jump over to 13 and 3. This is a quick and easy way to show and prove when our true new year is. You should never get stumped on that. You should always be able to show somebody this quick and easy and to the point. And I'm going to have Brother Kadash read something out of this biblical dictionary I have here. You can combine a regular dictionary with a biblical dictionary, but this one has everything in one definition. So read what you got, brother. Exodus 13, 3 and 4.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 13, verse 3.
Go ahead.
And Moses said unto the people, Remember this day in which ye came out from Egypt, out of the house of bondage. For by strength of hand Yahweh brought you out from this place.
Go ahead.
There shall no leavened bread be eaten.
Right, so this is the Passover. We're not supposed to eat leavened bread. What's leavened bread by a show of hands?
No, it's regular bread in their household.
No.
It's raised.
It's bread with yeast in it. Okay? That's leavened bread. So during the Passover, what do we eat? We eat unleavened bread.
Yeah,
Okay?
that's what it said.
We eat flat bread without yeast in it.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. Now that don't mean the bread is still going to rise to a certain degree, but that's just because of the flour or whatever. But it doesn't rise where it has the yeast in it. All right, like a loaf of bread or a roll or something.
That's what I meant to say.
All right, it's just flat bread. Bread, unleavened bread. I mean, leavened bread is bread with yeast. Unleavened bread is bread without yeast. All right, so go ahead.
Verse 4. This day came ye out in the month of Abib.
In the what?
In the month of Abib.
Come on.
And it shall be when Yahweh shall
That's it
bring
on that. So now, read Abib. This is the New Unger's Bible Dictionary, page 4 and 5, under the definition of Abib. Let me show it on the camera so people can see if you want to get it. The New Unger's Bible Dictionary by Merrill F. Unger.
Zoom in right quick.
And it's under page 4 and 5, under the definition of Abib. A as in apple, B as in boy, I as in instinct, B as in boy. Abib. Or Abayab in the Hebrew. Like this this feast day for the new moon, for the new year, you can say Ashar Abayab, because it's saying happy month of Abib, or happy first month, or happy beginning of the year, because you know the Hebrew gets straight to the point. So you don't have to really say happy new year. You can just say Ashar Abayab, which is a happy Abib, or happy first month, or happy beginning of the year. Okay? So read Abib in the Bible Dictionary. Read that meaning.
Bible Dictionary, page 4. Abib. The month the Hebrews were divinely directed to make the first of the year as a memorial of their deliverance from Egypt.
Right. So it said in our deliverance from Egypt, we was to make that the beginning of the year. Go ahead.
The Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread occurred in it.
Go ahead.
And it marked the beginning of the barley harvest. On the 10th day, the Passover lamb was selected, and on the 14th day was slain and eaten. On the 15th day, the Jews began harvesting by gathering a sheaf of barley fruits, and on the 16th day offered it. The slaying of the lamb was typical of the death of Yahushua. The feast of unleavened bread of the believers separated walk, while the waving of the sheaf of first fruits spoke of the resurrection of Hamashiach. The Jewish months were lunar and do not exactly correspond to ours, which are fixed. Abib corresponds to March, April, and his name was changed to Nisan after the exile.
See that? So it's letting you know it corresponds with what? March, April. So the month of Abib, which is the beginning of our months, they let you know it's not like our months. Notice what he said. He said, which are fixed. According to this Gregorian calendar, the months are fixed. But we go what? After the vibration of the moon and the way the Mosai set it up. And our true beginning of the year is around the barley harvest or the springtime or March, April. Okay? And what was the first day of spring? Saturday. So-called March 21st, around that vernal or spring equinox. So it's just backing up what the scriptures are saying. The month of Abib. That's under the definition for Abib in the New Unger's Bible Dictionary. So go from there to Genesis 8:22. So that was Exodus 12:1 and 2 with Exodus 13:3 and 4. Easy way to prove. And get you a regular dictionary or Bible dictionary is going to say the same thing. Even a regular dictionary is going to tell you the same thing. All right, Genesis 8:22. All right, so of course our new year comes in the springtime because what? The Most High gave us the different seasons. So it doesn't come in the dead of winter, January 1st, it comes in the spring. Genesis 8:22.
The book of Genesis chapter 8 and verse 22.
Come on.
While the earth remaineth, seed time.
Seed time, which is spring, when you plant your crops. Come on.
And harvest.
Harvest is a fall when you gather your crops in. Go ahead.
And cold.
And cold. Go ahead.
And heat.
And heat. Come on.
And summer. And winter.
And summer and winter. Come on.
And day and night shall not cease.
So as we live on the earth, as the earth remaineth, we're going to have 4 seasons. Okay? So the seed time, which is the springtime, that's the beginning of our year. All right, when everything replenishes itself, the crops grow, so on and so forth. Go from there to Psalms. Go to Psalms 65 and 9 to back that up. We're going to back that up to show you these next 2 to 3 scriptures, along with what we just read in Exodus. This is the backup that the new year comes in the spring season. Okay? All right, so now we're going to go from there to Psalm 65, and we're going to start at verse 9. Psalm 65 and start at verse 9 to prove, when our new year comes in. All right? Psalm 65 and 9. When everybody have it, say, Con? Jack your pen for a minute. All right, go ahead.
This is the book of Psalm, chapter 65, verse 9. And it reads, Thou visitest the earth and waterest it. Thou greatly enrichest it with the river of the Most High.
Right, so David said, the Most High visits the earth, he waters it through the rain, through the oceans, the seas, the rivers, the lakes. Go ahead.
When it is full of water.
Which is full of water. All right, he said,
which is full of water.
Thou enrichest it with the river of Yahweh, which is full of water. Come on.
Thou preparest them corn when thou hast so provided for it.
Right, the Lord he prepares corn for us when he provides it. Go ahead.
Thou waterest the ridges thereof abundantly. Thou settlest the furrows thereof.
Come on.
Thou makest it soft with showers.
Right, it said, thou makest it soft with showers. What is that saying? April showers made flowers. Because around this time of the year, around the Passover, which mainly came around late March, early April, or mid-March, early April, that's when we planted our crops. So, of course, if you planted your crops, the crops needed rain for them to grow. It needed sunlight also, but it needed rain. Okay? So that's why around that time of the year, what does the Most High bring? He brings the showers. All right? April showers made flowers. It rains, and then everything blossoms. All right, come on.
Thou blessest the springing thereof.
Thou blessest the springing thereof. Because what happened after those showers, the plants and the vegetation, what? They start to spring forth. All right, that's what the word abib means also. It means to spring forth, or it means an ear of corn. All right, which what? What happens when you start seeing your crops in the beginning of the year? You see your ears of corn. Because why? They're springing forth. All right, so the scriptures tell us when the new year is. All right, come on.
Verse 11. Thou crownest the year with thy goodness.
What is the crown? The head. So he said you head off your year with goodness, meaning what? He starts off the year by letting us grow our crops, by letting us get our food and our vegetation. Go ahead.
In thy path drop fatness.
In the path drop fatness. Come on.
They drop upon the pastures of the wilderness.
Come on.
And the little hills rejoice on every side.
Come on.
The pastures are clothed with flocks.
Meaning the animals come out of hibernation. Go ahead.
The valleys also are covered over with corn.
Right, because the crops start to grow. Go ahead.
They shout for joy. They also sing.
Right, the birds start chirping. Everything smells good. The flowers start blooming. Why? Because we're in that what? That crown or that head of the year. Okay? So the new year is in the spring season. Go to, from there, go to Sirach 50 and 1. All right? The Bible's going to defend itself. All right? That's why I said, none shall want her mate. Right? Because it's going to back itself up. Yes, the Bible tells you when the new year is. All right? It tells you it's during the springs. I heard one brother, Israel always got a, what's the word I'm looking for? Out-doctrine each other.
It's a competition.
If it's not a word, I just made it up. Israel got to out-doctrine each other. So, I'm listening to a brother one year, and the brother said, the Bible doesn't speak about spring. The Bible doesn't speak of any seasons. The Bible only speaks of summer and winter. So, brother, you're not reading the scriptures. All right, so let's read it right here. Sirach 50 and 1.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 50 and verse 1. Simon, the high priest, the son of Onias.
So this was an earlier Simon that he came through the same lineage of the Maccabees. But he was an earlier priest. I forget the exact year, but you can look him up in history. Simon, the son of Onias. But he was from that same priestly line of the Maccabees. All right, go ahead.
Who in his life repaired the house again.
Come on.
And in his days fortified the temple.
Right, because he had re-strengthened the temple in his time. Go ahead.
And by him was built from the foundation the double height.
Come on.
The high fortress of the wall about the temple.
Because see, when you read throughout different periods of history, there was heathens always trying to attack Israel and take the temple from us. So you had to have high priests and king or leaders or whoever was in power at that time to constantly fortify and re-strengthen the temple. Because the nations was always trying to come in. All right, go ahead.
Verse 3. In his days, the cistern to receive water, being encompassed as the sea,
come on,
was covered with plates of brass.
Go ahead.
He took care of the temple that it should not fall, and fortified the city against besieging.
Go ahead.
Verse 5. How was he honored in the midst of the people in his coming out of the sanctuary?
Right, they honored him like what the president have an inauguration. Right, they honored him because he was a wise man. He defended the people, and he was pious for the law. All right, come on.
Verse 6. He was as the morning star in the midst of a cloud.
Right, meaning his wisdom. He was like the morning star as the midst of the cloud, and he was known for his, defense of the people. Come on.
And as the moon at the full.
And the moon as the full. He was shining, like shining in righteousness. Come on.
As the sun shining upon the temple of the Most High.
Right, as the sun shining upon the temple of the Most High. Go ahead.
And as the rainbow giving light in the bright clouds.
Right, come on.
And as the flower of the roses in the spring of the year.
Right, as the flower of the roses in the spring of the year. All right, what is the spring of the year? The head or the beginning of the year. All right, Abib or Abiyah. Most times you look it up, it'll tell you it means ear of corn. But some dictionaries will tell you it also means to spring forth. All right, so what happens in the spring of the year? The flowers grow, and that's the beginning of the year. All right, come on. Read that again, the 8th verse.
God, verse 8. And as the flower of the roses in the spring of the year.
In the spring of the year, as the flower of the roses, come on.
As lilies by the rivers of water.
As the lilies by the rivers of waters, come on.
And as the branches of the frankincense tree in the time of summer.
Right, like the branches of the frankincense tree in the time of summer. Meaning his wisdom and and him being known amongst the people and him shining and being honored, the Lord is comparing it to the forces of nature. This is how he was bright amongst the people. But it says what? The spring of the year. All right, so what is the spring of the year? The head or the crown of the year, like we read in Psalm. Okay? All right, go from there to Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 15. All right, I'll try not to be too long, y'all. Just a few more. Wisdom of Solomon. What was that? That was what? Sirach 50. Okay, go to Wisdom of Solomon 7:15 now. These are short and quick scripts you can show to prove the beginning of the year. Okay? All right. Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 15. Read that. And there's much more, but these are just some quick ones you can put in your arsenal to know when the new year is. And if you're teaching somebody or doing a lesson. All right, go ahead.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 15.
Come on.
The Most High have granted me to speak as I would, and to conceive as is meet for all things that are given me, because it is he that leadeth unto wisdom, and directeth the wise. For in his hand are both we and our words, all wisdom also, and knowledge of workmanship. For he hath given me certain knowledge of things that are, namely, to know how the world was made, and the operation of elements.
Right, so Solomon's saying that the Most High just gave him certain wisdom on things in the earth. Basically a little bit of everything. Come on.
Verse 18, the beginning, ending, and midst of time.
Right, he shows Solomon the beginning, ending, and midst of time. He shows Solomon prophecy. All right, come on.
The alterations of the turning of the sun.
Come on.
And the change of seasons.
And the what?
And the change of seasons.
And the change of seasons. Because we have 4 seasons. Spring being the season of what? The beginning of our year. All right, come on.
The circuits of years.
The what?
The circuits of years.
Right, so Solomon knew the circuits or the cycle of a year. All right, he understood the seasons and how the years begin, ended, and everything. So, of course, he understood around this time was the new year. All right, come on.
In the positions of stars.
The position of stars, go ahead.
The natures of living creatures and the furies of wild beasts.
Come on.
The violence of winds and the reasonings of men.
See that? He said they knew the violence of men, the reasonings of men. The violence of winds, the reasonings of men. Come on.
The diversities of plants and the virtues of roots.
Go ahead.
And all such things as are either secret or manifest, them I know.
Right, so Solomon understood the time frame of a year also. So go from there to Genesis 1:14. Everybody understand? All right. Write these notes down too, and it's on live on both the channels, so you can go back and watch the lesson along with your notes. Karen? Real basic stuff for you to understand. Just, if you're teaching somebody, you can get them a little lesson on. They might say, what you talking about, boy? January 1st is the new year. I like to go out there and turn up. All right? Get my drink on, watch the ball drop. Right? I don't care if it's cold. But no, that's not the new year. Let me show you when the proper new year is. All right, Genesis 1:14.
God, the book of Genesis chapter 1 and verse 14. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night.
Come on.
And let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years.
And for what?
And for days and years.
Right, because we have seasons. You have every 3 months, you get a new season because there's 4 seasons in a year. All right, so he said, let them be, let these lights, or let the phase of the moon, let that be for years also. All right, so we know in the average new year of the Hebrews is 12 months. Some years you have to add that intercalary month or 13th month, but for the most part it's 12 months. All right, go ahead.
Verse 16. And God made 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day,
Which of course is the sun. Go ahead.
and the lesser light to rule the night.
Go ahead.
He made the stars as well.
Come on.
He made the stars also. Verse 17. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth,
Come on.
and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good.
Go ahead.
Verse 19. And the evening and the morning were the 4th day.
This was the 4th day of the Most High's creation, where he said he created the moon, the sun, and the stars also to give us vibration of years. Con, everybody understand? All right, so go from there to Esther 3 and 7. Go to Esther chapter 3 and verse 7. Esther 3 and 7 in our Bible. Everybody have it, say Con? Y'all can read verses 1 through 6 on your own. We just came out of this. Actually, this was the story of Purim. And what's happening here is Mordecai, which is an Israelite, he didn't want to bow down to the Edomite Haman. So Haman, in his pride and Esau's pride, he got mad and he asked the Persian king Xerxes to make a decree that all the Jews, that Mordecai and all his people, the Jews, be destroyed out of the land. All right, because Esau was like, who is this dude not to bow down to me? You know what I'm saying? Like he was saying, they're not to bow down to me. You know what I'm saying? So he said, I'm going to make a decree. And what he did is he said, I wanted to start on their new year for all of them to be destroyed. Check this out. Get Esther 3 and 7.
God. This is the book of Esther, chapter 3, verse 7.
Go ahead.
In the first month, that is the month Nisan.
Now remember, when Kadash read in the Bible dictionary, it said Abib was changed to Nisan because we changed the names of the months when we went into Babylonian captivity. So they knew when our first month of the year was. It said that in the first month, that is the month Nisan, which is the beginning, is also Abib. But it was changed to Nisan, you know, during the Babylonian captivity. And of course, the Persian Medo captivity is after the Babylonian captivity. So now we're naming the months now. So they knew when our first month was. Come on.
In the 12th year of King Ahasuerus.
Go ahead.
They cast Pur, that is, the lot.
Right, Pur comes from an Hebrew word par, which means lot, fate, or destiny. Right, come on.
Before Haman, from day to day.
See, so that devil said, you know what? On their new year, we're going to cast a lot to have them destroyed. On the first day of their year. All right, come on.
And from month to month.
Come on.
To the 12th month, that is the month of Adar.
So all throughout that year said, look, we got to set it up. We're going to start on their new year, and we're going to go all through their 12 months to plot and scheme and cast lots how we want to destroy them as a people. Because Mordecai refused to bow down to Haman. He said, you're not a God. I only bow down to the true and living power, Yahweh. So the Edomite got proud and said, you know what? On the first day of y'all new year, we're going to cast a lot to have y'all killed and destroyed. You see that? So, you know, we gotta be mindful, man. This whatever Esau is doing with this coronavirus, how we know this is not a purge, man? This might be the beginning stages of the purge. And you know who they want to purge? They want to purge us. And when you look at a lot of the purge movies, they always have March. March is always on the dates when you look at it. All right, the actual purge, I believe, it's every March 22nd. When you look at the movies, but when you look at the dates, when you look at those purge movies, I think it's 4 purge movies now, right? Yeah. There's election year, the first purge, the regular purge, and then the second one. Yeah. So it's 4 of them. They're supposed to make another one, and that's supposed to be the last one. But look at all those purges. They're always focusing on the month of March. You understand? So we don't know. We don't know what this devil about to bring down. The most I could clear this whole thing up in a week or 2, or it can be all hell gonna break loose from here on. Everything is in his hands. Okay? They're not moving them Humvees in for nothing. Right? They're not moving them joints. They get ready for something. Even if it's not now, they setting up for something later. They can catch the people on God. Let everything get back to normal for a couple of months, and then just spring the martial law on you. Because Esau like to catch you slipping. You know, so everything is in the hands of the Most High. Man's goings are the Lord. But showing you how they were, man. They said, we're going to wait till their new year and set up a plot to destroy them. All right, because they knew when our new year was. All right, so go from there to 1 Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. And the Apocrypha. 1 Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. And we'll get a few more and start winding it down. Unless we have any questions or comments or anybody want to bring anything out. 1 Ezra chapter 9, and we're going to breeze through it. There's a lot of verses, but we'll breeze through it. Verses 1 through 20. And I want y'all to mark something in the 20th verse and pay attention to that. 1 Ezra 9 and 1. You got it? Everybody have it? Say, cut? We're going to breeze through it. There's quite a few verses, but we'll breeze right through it. Go ahead, brother.
It's the book of 1 Ezra, chapter 9, starting at 1. Then Ezra, rising from the court of the temple, went to the chamber of Johanan, the son of Eliasib, and remained there, and did eat no meat, nor drink water, mourning for the great iniquities of the multitude. And there was a proclamation in all Jewry and Jerusalem to all them that were of the captivity, that they should be gathered together at Jerusalem.
Right, so this is Israel when we came out of Babylonian captivity, and we came back into our land, and we was trying to get everything in order because we was in Babylon for 70 years, and we were suffering a lot. You understand? We were suffering a lot in Babylon. Okay? So we was trying to get everything. The Persians allowed us to come back into the land, and we was trying to get everything back in order as we came back into the land. All right, come on.
Verse 4. And that whosoever met not there within 2 or 3 days, according as the elders that bear rule appointed, their cattle should be seized to the use of the temple, and himself cast out from them that were of the captivity.
Right, so this was serious. They said we got to get the nation together. Anybody that don't come, you're going to face a heavy penalty. We're going to take your cattle and cast you out. All right, go ahead.
Verse 5. And in 3 days were all they of the tribe of Judah and Benjamin gathered together at Jerusalem, the 20th day of the 9th month. And all the multitude sat trembling in the broad court of the temple because of the present foul weather.
Right, because it was kind of chilly. You know, it was getting kind of chilly and cold in Jerusalem. Around the 9th month, 20th day, that's around Hanukkah time when it's getting cold. That's like late November, early December. So it's starting to get cold in the land, even in Jerusalem. All right, come on.
And all the multitude sat trembling in the broad court of the temple because of the present foul weather.
Go ahead.
Verse 7. So Esdras rose up and said unto them, Ye have transgressed the law in marrying strange wives, thereby to increase the sins of Israel.
Right, because when we was in Babylon, a lot of us were marrying heathen women. All right, we were heavily into marrying heathen women. Go ahead.
Verse 8. And now by confessing give glory unto the Lord God of our fathers, and do his will, and separate yourselves from the heathen of the land, and from the strange women.
Go ahead.
Then cried the whole multitude, and said with a loud voice.
So they said, look, man, we coming back into the land. We getting everything in order. You know, separate yourself from these heathen women. And that's the doctrine we have, man. You know, if you amongst H.O.I, the way we came up, you married to a heathen, you got to separate from them. Especially if we can prove that they're a heathen, you got to divorce them, yo. And if you still with them, you can't bring them in the congregation. You cannot bring them in the congregation. And we'll encourage you, yo, you got to leave them and get you an Israelite husband or wife. Straight up. That's how we get down. You know, and that's what the scriptures say. That's what we see in the scriptures. All right, come on.
Verse 10. Then cried the whole multitude and said with a loud voice, Like as thou hast spoken, so will we do.
Come on.
But for as much as the people are many, and it is foul weather, so that we cannot stand without. And this is not a work of a day or two.
Right, Jake said, man, it's cold out here, man. It's going to take us a couple of days to do this, man. Let's do this another time, man. It's cold. All right, go ahead.
Seeing our sin in these things is spread far.
Right, spread far. There's a lot of Israel that had married into heathens. All right, go ahead.
Verse 12. Therefore let the rulers of the multitude stay, and let all them of our habitations that have strange wives come at the time appointed.
Come on.
And with them the rulers and judges of every place, till we turn away the wrath of the Lord from us for this matter.
Right, because they knew the Most High was mad at them for having married all them heathens. Go ahead.
14. Then Jonathan the son of Azael and Ezekias the son of Theochanes accordingly took this manner upon them. And Mosalam and Levites and Sabathias helped them. 15. And they that were of the captivity did according to all these things. And Esdras the priest chose unto him the principal men of their families, all by name. And in the first day of the 10th month, they sat together to examine the matter. Verse 17. So their cause that held strange wives was brought to an end in the first day of the first month.
And the what?
And the Salakia was brought to an end in the first day of the first month.
So what did they do? They started off the new year by what? Repenting and getting rid of the strange wives. They said we're going to start off fresh. So you know how we have the Day of Atonement where you fast for your sins and you like do a new start? The new year is also a new start. You know, to replenish yourself and get your spirit right. Anything you're struggling with, any sin. If you're dealing with slackness and slothfulness, I'm going to get more diligent. I'm going to give more time to the Most High and the work. I'm going to shake these lazy demons off. You understand? Anything. You know, I'm going to try to get my household more in order. I'm going to try to be better with my wife, better with my husband, better with my brother. I'm going to try to be more humble. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the brothers, man, he said, I'm going to take some time off and I'm going to go into this new year and the Passover because I want to be in a better spirit. I want to learn how to deal with my brothers more patient. I want to be not so rambunctious and turned up and ready to go in on a brother all the time. I want to deal with brothers more patient when there's a problem. So it's also a transitional time of the year where, you know, they said, listen, at the end of the year, we're going to cut off all these heathen women and we're going to start fresh for the new year. Okay? The first month, the first day of the first month. Come on.
Verse 18. And of the priests that were come together and had strange wives, there were found of the sons of H.O.I, the son of Josedek, and his brethren, Methuselah, and Eleazar, and Joribus, and Joadanus. And they gave their hands to put away their wives.
See that? So they listened to the counsel, to the law, and to the spirit of the Most High. And they put the strange wives away. Look, you're not of my nation. I can't be married to you no more. Shalom. You know what I'm saying? Right? Come on.
Verse 20. And they gave their hands to put away their wives and to offer rams to make reconciliation for their errors.
Now keep that 20 verse in mind. Everybody write down 1 Ezra 9 and 20. Because I'm going to connect y'all to something with that. Especially that last part. And to offer rams to make reconcilement for their errors. Okay? Now hold that thought. Go to Ezekiel 45 and 17. Hold that thought. Go to Ezekiel 45 and 17 and link that right on up. And keep that last verse in mind. Yeah, that's it. 2 more, we can wind it down. All right, Ezekiel 45 and 17. And keep in mind that verse. 1 Ezra 9 and 20. Keep in mind that verse. 1 Ezra 9 and 20.
Ezekiel 45 what?
17. We're gonna read 17 to 20. All right, Ezekiel 45, 17. Kadash, you got that?
Khan.
Hallelujah.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 45, verse 17.
Everybody have it, say Khan?
God.
Ezekiel 45, 17. Read that.
And it shall be the prince's part to give burnt offerings, and meat offerings, and drink offerings, in the feast, and in the new moons, and in the Sabbath.
Right, so tonight is a new moon, and you know we give honor and thanks and offerings to the Most High by offering ourselves, our prayers, our presence. That's your sacrifice now. We're not outside burning rams and goats. We are the sacrifice. Okay? All right, come on.
And all solemnities of the house of Israel, he shall prepare the sin offering, and the meat offering, and the burnt offering, and the peace offerings, to make reconciliation for the house of Israel.
Right, because there's a time of reconciling when we giving the burnt offerings to the Most High. That's why we had a daily offering, a morning and an evening sacrifice, because we had to reconcile to the Most High each day. All right, come on.
Verse 18. Thus said Yahweh power, in the first month, in the first day of the month, thou shalt take a young bullock without blemish, and cleanse the sanctuary.
Come on.
And the priest shall take of the blood. And the priest shall take of the blood of the sin offering.
Now notice 18th verse saying the first month, first day of the month. Because what? During the new year, we also offered a cleansing and a sacrifice for the nation and also the temple. All right, come on.
All right. And the priest shall take of the blood of the sin offering.
Salakia, notice the end of 18 it says, and cleanse the sanctuary. Because what happened throughout the year, all the blood and everything from the offerings and sacrifices was being offered in the temple, so we cleansed the temple for that too. All right, go ahead.
And the priest shall take of the blood of the sin offering and put it upon the post of the house and upon the four corners of the settle of the altar and upon the post of the gate of the inner court.
Come on.
And so thou shalt do the 7th day of the month for everyone that erred, and for him that is simple. So shall ye reconcile the house.
So it said on the 7th day of the month, you do an extra cleansing and offering for those that err and those that are simple. Go back to 1 Ezra 9 and 20. What did they do? They did that for the men that have married the strange wives. Okay? Because what? They was in error. So they gave like a little on the 7th, after that first week, after that first week of the first month, that Sabbath, they said we're going to do an extra offering and cleansing for those that might have went off a little bit more throughout the year. You know what I'm saying?
Simple.
Right, God, and those that are simple. Okay? Does everybody understand? All right, good, brother. Read 1 Ezra 9 and 20 again. 1 Ezra 9 and 20. I'll just read it. Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
All right, got it.
The book of 1 Ezra chapter 9 and verse 20. And they gave their hands to put away their wives and to offer rams to make reconcilement for their errors.
Right, to make reconcilement for their errors. So the same thing we read in what? Ezekiel 45 and 20. Because why? Those that erred and was, in a little bit more of sin, and those that are simple, let's do an extra cleansing for them after the first week of the new year. Because they did the separate one for the new year, and then said out a week into the year, let's do another one for those that err and those that are simple. Okay? So they did the same thing here because these brothers have put away their strange wives. So let's get them vibrations of them heathens off of y'all. Okay? So there you go. Go to Luke 21, 25, Colossians 2, and then we out. All right? Short and sweet, to the point. So everybody understand? Y'all got them precepts? Okay? I don't know. I'm going to test y'all. I'm going to test y'all in about a week or so. So give me 4 New Year scriptures, brother. Or sisters. All right? Study. Y'all here to learn. You're not here to take up space, to blow hot air. You're here to learn. All right? Most I called you into this knowledge to learn. All right? So get Luke 21, 25. Everybody got it? Say Khan? All right. Luke 21, 25. Read.
That's the book of Luke chapter 21 and verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars and upon the earth distress of nations.
Yeah, that's what you see now, right? Come on.
With perplexity.
Come on.
The sea and the waves roaring.
And that's what you see. You see the signs happening in the earth. You see signs in the heavens. You see, chariot sightings was up by 75% in 2019. 75% people reported more sightings of UFOs in the year 2019 alone. All right, come on.
26. Men's hearts failing them for fear.
And matter of fact, this year, the Passover is going to, no, the night after the Passover, April 7th, is going to be a super moon. Because remember, around the Passover, you get a full moon. So we're going to have a full super moon around the Passover. So the Most High showing us signs. All right, come on.
Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth.
Yeah, see that? The man just dived out of the building in New York. Committed suicide. You know what I'm saying? Looking at what's going on the earth. Probably in fear. All right, go ahead.
For the powers of heaven shall be shaken.
Yeah, the world leaders are shaking. A lot of these rich millionaires and billionaires, they going underground. All right, they going to secret locations and bunkers and stuff. They don't know what's going to happen with this so-called coronavirus. All right, Jake walking around making songs about it. You know what I'm saying? With the Cardi B voice. Coronavirus. All is going on. All right. Yeah, man. They got the other one with a dude was jumping around dancing. Right? They made a rap out of it.
Spray Lysol.
Yeah, spray Lysol. Yeah, made a rap out of it. You know what I'm saying? Right? Go ahead.
Verse 27. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory.
Right before Yahushua makes his second coming, this stuff's supposed to happen. We was to see this stuff. All right, go ahead.
And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh.
That means we're getting out of here soon. I'm looking at Israel like, yo, I know, you might, like I was talking to a brother last week, and a brother was like, yo, we've been teaching this for years. He's like, you know about it, but then when it's actually here, it's like, wow. I said, man, we got to stay strong, man. But when you see these things, lift up your head. As bad as you think it's going to get, because you're human, you worry, you like, You know, you got children, family, your job, whatever, harm or survive. Even knowing the truth, them thoughts might still come in your mind because you're in the flesh. But what? Lift up your head and rejoice because you know once the worst happens, we know we getting out of here. It may get worse before it gets better, but we know after that, we know the Most High coming to get us up out of here. And you got to believe. You got to believe in the power that you serve. I don't think a lot of Israel believes, man. I be seeing certain statements and comments and stuff on social media. Like, do you really believe? Do you want this kingdom to fall? You know? So you gotta, Yahweh said, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Where's your treasure at, Israel? Is it in this world? Or are you saying no matter how bad it gets, no matter what I lose, even if I gotta give my life, I got a reward that's great in the kingdom of heaven. All right, don't be worried about food and water, you know. You might be concerned with, damn, if they cut off the food and water, how we gonna eat? Most High gonna make a way. All right, he'll make a way. He'll rain manna from heaven if he got to, right? He'll make quails come up out of the ground, right? You know what I'm saying? Get my Baptist preacher on. Right? Where's your faith? Hallelujah. You know what I'm saying? Right?
Amen.
Right?
Hallelujah.
Right? Right? But you gotta believe in the power you serve, man. Where's your faith at? You know? So I'm looking at a lot of Israel, and I'm not saying I'm perfect. You know, I wonder about things too. I'm human. But I say, you know, as soon as them thoughts come, Most High got it. You know, I'm not going to think too much. I'm going to do what I can humanly possible because the Spirit showed me a lot of practical things to do. But, you know, it's in the Most High's hand at the end of the day. All right, come on.
Verse 30. Slaki, verse 29. And he spake to them a parable.
No, that's it on that. He said, and when these things come to pass, yeah. So look up and rejoice, Israel. Kind? You know, it could look dim. You could be a little worried. You can be, like I said, especially if you have children, you could be worried about, well, what's going to happen? I hope you're going to be able to survive. But look, at the end of the day, the Most High got this thing. All right, kind? When the plagues came upon Egypt, we was good in Goshen. And this is timely because this is a plague upon America and society as we go into the Passover season. Remember, Egypt was plagued with 10 different plagues. And a plague is not always a disease or pestilence. A plague is any form of destruction or tribulation upon a society. Right. That's what a plague can be also. Right? Stock market is plagued. Businesses are plagued. Finances are plagued. People's minds are plagued. You know what I'm saying? Bugging out, committing suicide, jumping off of buildings in New York. So plagues come in different forms. It don't have to be a virus or a biological or chemical agent. A plague is any type of form of destruction.
Drug addiction.
Right, yeah, drug addiction, opioids. That's still bad with Esau. Yeah. And more of them probably going to get hooked. Because they got that anxiety and fear. All right, so the Most High is doing this thing. Like just when we came out of Egypt, that's a sign too. He was plaguing Egypt as we came out. So he's plaguing modern day Babylon. Okay? Colossians 2:16. Colossians 2:16. So we ain't worried about no Ronas. All right? The Ronas ain't got no power over us. All right? The Ronas. All right. Colossians 2:16 and 17. All right. When everybody have it, say Kern.
Colossians what, Elder? Sorry about that.
Colossians 2:16 and 17. Make sure you got these scriptures in your notes. Go back over them. Go back over the videos. I'm live on Facebook. The brother's live on H.O.I. Sin City. Go back over the videos. All right? Go ahead. Colossians 2:16. Everybody have a say Khan? All right, read that. 2:16 and 17. Read that, Kadash.
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 2, verse 16. And it reads, let no man therefore judge you in meat, or in drink, or in respect of an holy day, or of the new moon, or of the Sabbath days.
Right, so let no man judge you therefore in meat, drink, or in respect of an holy day, or the new moon, or the Sabbath days. Come on.
Which are a shadow of things to come.
Just the beginning, a shadow of things to come. Come on.
But the body is of Hamashiach.
Right, the body is of Hamashiach Yahushua. All right, so we're rehearsing now, and we're getting ourselves together to do the real thing in the kingdom. But no man could judge you. Tonight is the new moon. We're keeping it out here with our beautiful brothers and sisters in Las Vegas. You know, we sacrificed and came out from LA because that's what we do. We love the Most High and love each other. And we love his feast days and we want to serve him. You sacrifice. Okay? Even in the midst of a lockdown. Right? But like I said, the National Guard didn't pull out the AR on us, so we was good. We made it across the state line. All right? And we here with our family. Okay? All right, so read 17 again.
Verse 17. Which are a shadow of things to come. But the body is of Hamashiach Yahushua.
Right, the body is of Yahushua, which is a shadow of things to come. Jump over to 3:17.
3:17.
Go ahead.
And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord Hamashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by him.
Right, so remember that going forward, brothers and sisters. We don't know what's going to happen per se. We know what the scriptures say, but we don't know exactly what the future holds. We can speak prophetically, but then everything is of the Most High. So I want all you brothers and sisters to understand. We don't know what's going to go down. Some of us may not even see each other again. I'm just speaking from the extreme, straight up. You know, it might be the last night you fellowship with some brothers and sisters in here. We don't know how this thing about to go down. But whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all by Hashem Hamashiach Yahushua. In the name of the Lord Hamashiach Yahushua. Put the Most High and Yahushua first as you move forward, and that's going to be your protection. So we don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully, you know, we can continue to gather. We'll try to, we just talking about it, we'll try to make it out here more, whatever the case may be. You don't know what the future holds. Some of us may be here, some may not. You know, I hope they got you in a concentration camp somewhere. But hey, if it go down like that, we're going to be praying for you. And, you know, we don't know how this thing going to go down. You know, so cherish these moments too. Okay? Because you never know when you may not see another brother or sister again until the kingdom. I don't mean to spook y'all out, but it is what it is. Okay? All right, so be prepared for that too. You know, you hope for the best, but be prepared for the worst. Okay? By Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. All right, so any questions or comments? No? Everybody just wanted to be over, right? I'm just messing with y'all. Another hour of scriptures. All right, but you know, we was running a little late, so we gave y'all a little short and to the point lesson. Hope everybody got something out of it. If y'all learned one thing tonight that y'all didn't know, then we've done our job. So how many of y'all learned something tonight? How many of y'all gonna go over y'all notes and learn how to prove the new year? All right, good. Be honest with yourself too. Don't raise your hand and then next year you can't break the new year now.
Got videos.
All right, the videos are up, so we're gonna test y'all too. All right, give me 3 scriptures on the new year, and there's more. You know, we can go into more lessons throughout the next couple of weeks, giving more precepts on the new year and proving it, just linking different stuff up. All right, but the new year is definitely in the spring season, as we proved tonight, and we give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High. So if we don't see y'all brothers and sisters before then, y'all have a happy Passover. And, you know, just thank the Most High for letting us see another year. Okay? All right, so everybody, Ashar, Abayah. Happy New Year, Happy New Moon. First month of the year, Kwame Sha'ala from H.O.I. Los Angeles, H.O.I. Vegas, Sin City, and H.O.I. as a body, and the nation of Israel as a body. Kwame Sha'ala. So we're going to blow the horn and do the closing prayer. Wait, don't rise until we tell y'all. Come on, get it right, my God. Get it right. Give us a new year. a new year on that trumpet.
I got it the first time.
God! We're going to get Rams horns lessons. All right.
Hey, it's
right.
not as easy as you think.
God, imagine what Panya Yerusalem standing first Jerusalem burn some more fucking money.
It's still burning.
It's the money? Okay, come. All right, repeat the Hebrew only. Drink offering. Blessed are you, Yahweh, that gives us the fruit of the vine. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Ahawa'ah.
Yahweh.
Nathanawa.
Yahweh.
Apaya.
Apaya.
Agapan.
Agapan.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Hamashiach.
Mashiach.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Salakia, somebody help the sister. Salakia, I'm going to do that again because so the sister struggling. I want to be on staff. Y'all got her?
Got it? Keep standing.
Yeah.
All right. Repeat the Hebrew only. Blessed are you, Yahweh, that gives us the fruit of the vine. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Ahawa'ah.
Yahweh.
Nathanawa.
Yahweh.
Apaya.
Apaya.
Agapan.
Agapan.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Hamashiach.
Mashiach.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
The water.
The water.
Yah.
Yah.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Hallelujah.
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 Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
La Yahweh.
Yahweh.
La Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh
La
Shai.
Yasha'ala.
Ashishala.
La.
La.
Kadash.
Kadash.
Shana.
Shana.
Wa.
Wa.
Kadash.
Kadash.
Yorak.
Yorak.
Wa.
Wa.
Kadash.
Kadash.
Abiyab.
Abiyab.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Mashiach.
Mashiach.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
The water.
The water.
Yah.
Yah.
Alone.
Alam.
Amen.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Dam Yahweh Shai. Blood of Yahweh Shai.
Blood of Yahweh Shai.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Repeat the Hebrew only. Blessed are you, Yahweh, that gives us the law. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Ahawa'ah. Nathanawa.
Yahweh.
Atawara. Blessed are you, Yahweh, that gives us the light to see. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Ahawa'ah. Nathanawa. Ha'awar. Lara'ah.
Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, that gives us the ram's horn to call the people. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Ahawa'ah. Nathanawa.
Yahweh.
Aquaran. Mashawapah. Aquara. A'ain.
Alayim.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Hamashiach.
Mashiach.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
The water.
The water.
Yah.
Yah.
Amen.
Alam.
Amen.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
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 Panya Yerusalem. Four corners prayer. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hashem.
Hashem.
Mashiach.
Mashiach.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Rak Noah.
Noah.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Habiyat Sapayu.
Shema. Shema.
Yashvala.
Yashawala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh. Ayahayam.
Yahweh.
Yahweh. Shema. Yashawala. Yahweh. Ayahayam. Yahweh. Shema. Yashawala. Yahweh. Ayahayam. Yahweh. Shema. Yashawala. Yahweh. Ayahayam. Yahweh.
Hear, O Israel, Yahweh, power, Yahweh is one. Deuteronomy 6, verse 4. Hallelujah.
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 Sisters come up for anointing. Sisters come up to get anointed. Come on, get your oil, and when you get your oil, form a straight line. so big. I've been gone too long.
My turn.
Come up on me.
Put it on the table. She won't. Okay.
Try to, when y'all get your oil, try to move down and start a line from over there. Or the sister can stay here so she don't have to move.
I want my water.
More blessing for you. Okay, yeah, so somebody gotta hold the boy.
I know.
I'm coming up here. All right, line up here, sisters. That's all the sisters? And we'll get little mom over there. Did y'all get her? Did we put oil on her? Yeah. No, get her, baby. Yeah. No. She gotta come in. Oh, that's, oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Y'all told you ponytails. Right? Braid that hair up. No. All right, that's all the sisters. Okay. Repeat after me, Akim. Just the brothers and sisters, we're doing the anointing prayer. We ask the Most High to watch over y'all, protect y'all, make y'all stronger women, stronger in the faith, stronger for the Most High, Yahweh. Get yourselves together more, submit more to this word, being better sisters, better wives, all around better women for the Most High, Yahweh, for yourselves. Anything you're going through health-wise, job-wise, personal, family, now is the time to ask the Most High to help you with those things, as you do throughout your daily prayers. We finish the prayer, we're going to go from right to left. Start with the elder sister here. We're going to say your name 3 times, and we repeat it, and we say your blessing over you. Micah, Allah, and Yeshaya, and Kadash, y'all repeat after me. All right, anointing prayer number 6, 22 to 27. Hallelujah. Yabaraki Yahweh, Vayashamaka, Ya Yahweh, Vanyawa, Ayaka, Vayakhanka, Yasha Yahweh, Vanyawa, Ayaka, Vayashamlaka, Shalom, Yahweh, Hashem, Hamashiach, Yahushai, Bobukusha, Shaman, Nawa, Aita, Shalak, Mike Allah, Walahayim, La, Shema'el, Barak, Rapah, Aizah, Magun, Kazak, Atazayah, Wawa, Beverly, Maleric, Maya, Sebra, Majane, Mahogany, Abri, Anita, Elegance, Corey, Makayla, Alana, Cole, Akim, Wafim,
Hawafim,
Kol,
Kol,
Banyam,
Banyam,
Yasha'Allah,
Yasha'Allah,
Hashem,
Hashem,
Hamashiach,
Hamashiach,
Yahushua,
Yahushua,
Tawada,
Tawada,
Yah,
Yah,
Awalam,
Awalam,
Amen. Hallelujah,
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 Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Akim, same thing. Let the sisters clear out, and brothers come get your blessing. Come get anointed for this new year.
It's our cup, right?
It's him.
Oh, you got your cup. We got your cup.
Shalom. Why getting all big on me? Wow. Come on in, man.
Aaron.
Run, come on.
I'm gonna go. Go ahead.
We just had a same thing, Akim. Try to make a line in front of the table when we get your oil. Hallelujah.
Daddy.
Kazak.
Come.
I'm about to get a belt for you. I'm about to get a belt for you. Good. All right, Shemai sisters, brothers, same thing, anointing prayer, number 6, 22 to 27. As we praying over y'all, ask the Most High to bless y'all, make y'all strong in the faith, things you might be struggling with in your life, how to be a stronger brother, a better father, overall better man for the Most High, H.O.I. More endurance as leaders and protectors in these last days, as being the men, being on the front line, meditate on all those things as we praying over y'all. Guys, same thing when we get to... No, we're going to start at Yahweh. Right to left, say your name 3 times, and we're going to repeat it. And we're going to go all the way out. All right? Only the brothers up here repeat after me. Anointed prayer, number 6, 22 to 27. Yabaraki Yahweh, Yahweh Shamarka, Yah Yahweh, Panyawa, Ayaka, Wayakanka, Yasha Yahweh, Panyawa, Ayaka, Wayashamnaka, Shalom, Yahweh, Hashem, Hamashiach, Yahushai, Baruch Shemai, Nawa, Aita, Shalak, Maikala, Walahayim, La, Shema'el, Barak, Rapal, Aizar, Magun, Kazak, Atazuyah, Pawa, Yahweh, Slack, start over. Yahweh, Anthony, Rob Judah, Goodbye Allah, Mike Allah, Sheree, Shabazz, Andre, Aaron, Kazak, no,
Kadash,
Kadash,
Yeshaya.
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 Michaela.
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 Michaela. Zabak.
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 Ko.
Ko.
Akim.
Akim.
Ko.
Ko.
Akwafim.
Akwakim.
Ko.
Ko.
Bunyam.
Banyam.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
All the brothers and sisters on live, all of Israel throughout the four corners of the earth. Baba Kushah.
Baruch
Ba'ashem.
Hashem.
Hamashiach.
Hamashiach.
Yahawashai.
Yahawashai.
The water.
The water.
The Yah.
The Yah.
Avalam.
Abayam.
Amen.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
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 All right, stand, sisters, stand and face the east again. Pray for the food and the drink and the new moon. Hallelujah.
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 Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hashem.
Hashem.
Mashiach.
Mashiach.
Hamshai.
Hamshai.
Kushah.
Kushah.
Barak.
Barak.
Nawa.
Nawa.
Ma'akal.
Ma'akal.
Wa.
Wa.
Shata.
Shata.
Wa.
Wa.
Yayan.
Yayan.
Wa.
Wa.
Kazak.
Kazak.
Shata.
Shata.
Barak.
Barak.
Nawa.
Nawa.
Ko.
Ko.
Ma'akal.
Ma'akal.
Wa.
Wa.
Shata.
Shata.
Barak.
Barak.
Nawa.
Nawa.
Kad.
Kad.
Kadash.
Kadash.
Shana.
Shana.
Barak.
Barak.
Kag.
Kag.
Kadash.
Kadash.
Yorak.
Yorak.
Barak.
Barak.
Kag.
Kag.
Abiyah.
Abiyah.
Bokushah.
Bokushah.
Barak.
Barak.
Nawa.
Nawa.
Shabbat.
Shabbat.
Barak.
Barak.
Kag.
Kag.
Shabbat.
Shabbat.
Barak.
Barak.
Ko.
Ko.
Kagyam.
Kagyam.
Mayasha'ala.
Mayasha'ala.
Bokushah.
Bokushah.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Hamashiach.
Hamashiach.
Yahawashai.
Yahawashai.
The water.
The water.
Yah.
Yah.
Avalam.
Avalam.
Amen. Blessed O Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Mashiach Yahushai. Thank you for the food that we're about to receive, Most High, on this new moon. Thank you for all of our feast days, Kol, Kagyam, Mayasha'ala of the nation of Israel. Thank you for letting us come together. Let us travel here safely, Lord, across state lines during this trying time to be with our brothers and sisters and our family. Thank you for letting us bring in the new year together as one body and one nation, and watch over us and bless us throughout our comings and goings, and uplift Israel forever and ever to be our will. By Hashem, Mashiach Yahushai, the water, the Yah, and the lungs. Amen. Hallelujah.
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 Brothers, turn to the sisters. We're going to salute the sisters. Sisters, stay where you're at. Stand up. After Yasha'ala, everybody just follow my lead so I can guide y'all. Brothers of Israel, when I say Amajim, you snap to attention. I say Barak, you put your fists over your chest and then repeat after me. Akim Yasha'ala, salute the sisters of Israel. Amajim. Barak. Yahweh, Hashem, Mashiach, Yahushai, Shema, Atan. Sisters, Yahweh, Hashem, Mashiach, Yahushai. Wait, do that over. Put your right hand over your right hand. Not your left, your right.
Right hand.
All right, right hand. All right, Yahweh, Hashem, Mashiach, Yahushai, Shema, Atan. We ask the Most High in the name of Christ to watch over each other. Can sisters be seated? Brothers turn to each other. Same thing. Akim Yasha'ala. We're going to salute each other. Brothers of Israel. Imagine. Barak. Yahweh. Hashem. Mashiach. Yahushai. Barakatam. Hom Yasha'ala. Who got next?
We got next.
Who got next?
We got next.
Who got next?
We got next.
For how long?
Forever.
How long?
Forever.
How long?
Forever.
What we gonna do?
Take the kingdom.
What we gonna do?
Take the kingdom.
What we gonna do?
Take the kingdom.
When?
Now.
When?
Now.
When?
Now.
How?
By Hashem Mashiach Yahushai.
How?
By Hashem Mashiach Yahushai.
Damn it, how?
By Hashem Mashiach Yahushai.
Okay, shalom. Good. Good. Sisters, stand again. Everybody repeat after me. Turn to the sisters again. Ashah, Abiyah, Wa, Ashah, Kadash, Shana. Happy Abib, Happy New Year, Happy New Moon. Come here, Shalom.
Come here, Shalom.
Yeah. y'all enjoyed the service. Eat, drink, and be merry. Enjoy each other's company. Good to see y'all. H.O.I. Vegas. All praise to Yahweh, Yahweh shine. Glad you got us out here. Shalom! Come here, Shalom.
Close out the live feed. Close out the live feed.
Shalom. Kwam Yashala. Happy New Year. Happy New Moon. First month of the year. From H.O.I. Los Angeles, H.O.I. Las Vegas. Glad you brothers and sisters enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. Glad you enjoyed the lesson. Happy New Year. Happy Passover. Tune in soon. All praises to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. H.O.I. to the chariots fly. House of Israel, we got next. Bring it out. All praises to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai forever and ever. H.O.I. pull up, boys. Shalom.
Shalom.
Come here, Shalom.